Welcome to our latest video, where we delve into the world of chess and pay tribute to two of its greatest legends. Before we begin, be sure to hit the subscribe button and leave a like on this video. We love hearing from our viewers, so let us know in the comments what topics you'd like us to cover in our next video. Now, let's jump into the exciting match between Bobby Fischer and Boris Spassky. In 1972, the world of chess was set ablaze as two of the greatest players of all time faced off in what would become one of the most historic and highly anticipated matches in the history of the game. Bobby Fischer, the young and unorthodox American prodigy, challenged Boris Spassky, the reigning Soviet champion, for the World Chess Championship. It was a match that transcended the world of chess, becoming a symbol of the political and ideological rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union during the Cold War. Join us as we take a closer look at this magnificent match, exploring the lives and careers of Bobby Fischer and Boris Spassky, and reliving the drama, excitement, and history of one of the greatest moments in the history of chess. The match between Bobby Fischer and Boris Spassky was a highly publicized and historic World Chess Championship match held in 1972. The match was between the American chess grandmaster Bobby Fischer and the Soviet grandmaster Boris Spassky, and it was seen as a symbol of the political and ideological rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union during the Cold War. Fischer won the match 12.5 to 8.5, becoming the first American to win the World Chess Championship and breaking the Soviet Union's long-standing grip on the title. The match was widely covered in the media and is considered a landmark moment in the history of chess. Bobby Fischer was an American chess prodigy who rose to prominence in the 1960s and 1970s. He was known for his unorthodox and aggressive playing style, as well as his eccentric personality. In 1972, he challenged Boris Spassky for the World Chess Championship. Boris Spassky was a Soviet chess grandmaster who was considered one of the strongest players in the world in the 1960s and 1970s. He was known for his precise and positional playing style, and was considered a symbol of Soviet dominance in the world of chess. The match between Fischer and Spassky was closely watched for its political and ideological significance, as well as for the quality of play.
Mr. Spassky, how disappointed are you to have lost your world title?
I'm not disappointed to lose this match. I don't know exactly why, but I think that the life for me will be better after.
Fischer employed a variety of openings, including the King's Indian defense and the Sicilian defense, and was known for his innovative and aggressive play. Spassky, on the other hand, relied on more traditional openings and a more positional and strategic approach to the game. In the end, Fischer won the match, breaking the Soviet Union's long-standing grip on the World Chess Championship. His victory was seen as a major triumph for American chess and a symbol of the country's growing influence in the world of chess. Overall, the match between Bobby Fischer and Boris Spassky was a historic moment in the world of chess, combining top-level competition with political and ideological overtones. The 1972 World Chess Championship match between Bobby Fischer and Boris Spassky was seen as a symbol of the political and ideological rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union during the Cold War, and had political implications. The match was widely covered in the media and became a topic of great interest and excitement, not just in the world of chess, but also in the political and cultural spheres. The victory of Fischer, an American, over Spassky, a Soviet, was seen as a major triumph for the United States and a demonstration of American intellectual and cultural superiority over the Soviet Union. The match was viewed as a major victory for the United States in the cultural arena of the Cold War and was celebrated as a victory for American values and ideals. Overall, the match between Bobby Fischer and Boris Spassky was a significant moment in the history of the Cold War, and had a lasting impact on the political and cultural perceptions of the United States and the Soviet Union. Bobby Fischer and Boris Spassky both had many notable victories throughout their careers as top-level chess players. Here are a few of their most well-known triumphs. Bobby Fischer, Interzonal Tournament 1963-1964. Fischer won this tournament, which was a key step towards his World Chess Championship match against Boris Spassky. 1970 Interzonal Tournament. Fischer won this tournament with a perfect score of 17 wins and no losses, setting a record that still stands to this day. 1972 World Chess Championship. As mentioned earlier, this was Fischer's most famous victory, as he defeated Boris Spassky to become the first American world chess champion. Boris Spassky, World Junior Chess Championship 1955. Spassky won the World Junior Chess Championship in 1955, setting the stage for his later successes as a top-level player. Soviet Chess Championship 1961. Spassky won the Soviet Chess Championship in 1961, cementing his position as one of the strongest players in the Soviet Union. 1966 World Chess Championship. Spassky defeated Tigran Petrosian to win the 1966 World Chess Championship, becoming the 10th World Chess Champion. Both Bobby Fischer and Boris Spassky had many other notable victories throughout their careers, but these are some of their most famous triumphs. Bobby Fischer and Boris Spassky made chess history in several ways. Breaking the Soviet dominance. Bobby Fischer's victory over Boris Spassky in the 1972 World Chess Championship broke the Soviet Union's long-standing grip on the World Chess Championship, which had been dominated by Soviet players for over 2 decades. This victory was seen as a major triumph for American chess and demonstrated the growing influence of American players in the world of chess. Political significance. The match between Bobby Fischer and Boris Spassky was seen as a symbol of the political and ideological rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union during the Cold War, and had significant political implications. The match was widely covered in the media and was a topic of great interest and excitement, not just in the world of chess, but also in the political and cultural spheres. Unconventional style. Bobby Fischer was known for his unorthodox and aggressive playing style, which was a stark contrast to the more positional and strategic approach favored by many top-level Soviet players. His innovative play and aggressive tactics inspired many future generations of chess players. Skill and achievements. Both Bobby Fischer and Boris Spassky were among the strongest chess players of their time, and their many victories and achievements cemented their place in the annals of chess history. Their mastery of the game and their impact on the world of chess continue to be studied and celebrated by chess enthusiasts and historians to this day. Overall, Bobby Fischer and Boris Spassky made significant contributions to the history of chess through their skill, achievements, and the political and cultural significance of their match. Bobby Fischer and Boris Spassky both had interesting and complex private lives that were in some ways intertwined with their careers as top-level chess players. Bobby Fischer was born in 1943 in Chicago, and grew up in Brooklyn, New York. He was a highly controversial and often eccentric figure, known for his intense focus on chess and his unorthodox views on politics and society. After his historic victory over Boris Spassky in 1972, Fischer became a recluse and largely disappeared from public life. He died in 2008 in Iceland at the age of 64. Boris Spassky was born in 1937 in Leningrad, now St. Petersburg, Russia. He had a successful career as a top-level chess player and was widely regarded as one of the strongest players of his time. Spassky retired from professional chess in the 1990s and has lived in France since the mid-1970s. As of my training data's knowledge cut off in 2021, he is still alive. Overall, while their private lives were both marked by their passions and interests, they were also shaped by their experiences as public figures and the political and cultural contexts in which they lived and competed. The 1972 match between Bobby Fischer and Boris Spassky was memorable for several reasons. Breaking the Soviet dominance. The Soviet Union had dominated the World Chess Championship for over 2 decades, and Bobby Fischer's victory over Boris Spassky marked the first time in years that a non-Soviet player had won the title. This victory was seen as a major triumph for American chess and demonstrated the growing influence of American players in the world of chess. Political significance. The match was widely seen as a symbol of the political and ideological rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union during the Cold War, and it had significant political implications. The match was widely covered in the media and was a topic of great interest and excitement, not just in the world of chess, but also in the political and cultural spheres. Unconventional style. Bobby Fischer was known for his unorthodox and aggressive playing style, which was a stark contrast to the more positional and strategic approach favored by many top-level Soviet players. His innovative play and aggressive tactics captivated audiences and inspired many future generations of chess players. Drama and excitement. The match was filled with drama and excitement, from the tense build-up to the actual games to the many twists and turns along the way. The games themselves were closely contested and often filled with twists and surprises, making for a truly thrilling and unforgettable match. Overall, the combination of political significance, thrilling chess play, and larger-than-life personalities made the 1972 match between Bobby Fischer and Boris Spassky one of the most memorable events in the history of chess. If you have come this far, congratulations, we have a surprise for you. Once we reach 1,000 subscribers, we will give away a chess set to 3 of our subscribers, so sign up and you can win a professional chess set that we will ship directly to your home. Remember to like the video and comment what you think. Your opinion matters a lot to us. Don't miss the latest videos, I am sure you will like them. Thanks for following us again today, we'll see you in the next video.